Hey, what's up everybody? 72 Fins 1 bringing you a new tractor video. This one's called Red Letter Revival. Filter up. Now, if you look at the video thumbnail, it's pretty obvious to see that this one's going to be about gas tanks. Now, the hood section here rests on the nose cone of the tractor and on the gas tank of the tractor. So, and this is not the tank that I'm going to be using permanently. So, anyways, give me a second here to take the hood off. Now, I'm also going to take the gas tank off. Now here, what you see is a hose which runs onto the fuel line right there, which when we first got it started we used a nozzle and a 1 quart bottle of like motor oil or transmission fluid for a surrogate gas tank to get it started, because we were just worried about getting started, not about working on getting a 20-year-old gas tank to work good right off the bat. Now, what goes into that hole is what's called a sediment bowl right here. And that filters all the bad stuff that might be in your gas tank that can harm whatever would get into your fuel line and run down to your carburetor, which gets gas into your engine. Now, this is a nasty, grimy old sediment bowl here. And it has a little screw here which unscrews, and this is what it looks like on the inside, which is all corroded and nasty and all that kind of junk, which is what you don't want. Now inside here would go a gasket like that, which would set right there like that, and then this screen, which is all ripped out, would go over the gasket and onto the nozzle like that. But this one's all corroded and it's no good. So now this is the part that threads into your gas tank right there in the hole in the gas tank. This is where the fuel line goes outside the sediment bowl and down to your carburetor. And this little thing right here, it turns one way to let the fuel flow and one way to stop the flow of the fuel. Okay, now on my other gas tank that I have here, I have a sediment bowl that I cleaned up, and as you can see, it has a new screen and a new quart gasket. What I did was I took some steel wool and a toothbrush and cleaned it up and scraped all the nasty junk out of it. And then on the white part here, that's called some had a friend take some Teflon tape and wrap it around the threads where it threads in, and it makes for a good fit, or I don't know what it does actually. Okay, now on this gas tank that's ready to go here, we have 2 holes on one end of this bracket, and then on the other end there's 2 more holes. Now there's a bracket on the other side that has 2 holes on one end and 2 holes on the other. Now what goes into the holes here is these 9/16 nuts and bolts with lock washers on them. I don't think you can see the lock washers too well because it's too shady. What I need to get those on is 9/16 flat wrench and a 9/16 socket extension and a ratchet. Okay, now how this all mounts on the tractor is pretty much you got holes 2, 4, and then 4 on the other side. Now the bolt goes on to the 9/16, the socket goes on to the bolt head, and then the flat wrench goes on to, well, let's see here, the nut on the other side. Now the fuel line is right here, which goes on with the 13mm flat wrench. Now The breather tube is also involved, but I'm going to go ahead and get started here, and I'll explain it when I get it all assembled. Just because it makes better camera angles, and I'm having camera issues today. Hey everybody, 72 Fins 1 back with the last clip of the Red Letter Revival filter up. Now I have everything assembled. I mentioned the part about the air breather. What I had to do, tying into everything, I had to take a couple hose clamps and add a hose between the carburetor and the air breather tube. Just a screwdriver here and here on both parts of the metal where it attaches. Underneath here you add some oil into it. It's like an oil bath, I think it's called. I don't know the concept, but I know what it's called because my mechanic told me that. And here's the fuel line running from the carburetor through the hole on the air breather. That's how the air breather ties in, because the fuel line has to come through this hole like that, and that runs up to the hole inside the sediment bowl. And there's 2, 4, and then, well, there's the other 4 on the other side that mount the gas tank in place. So anyways, what's the plans for the upgrades? Well, there's going to be another video coming up. Well, hopefully sometime soon, depending on the weather and the time, and I mean when I get time. But I'm just glad I finally was able to get a video up for this. So anyways, that's going to do it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all later.